like to open this up with some remarks before we take questions?
That was pretty cool. That was awesome. First time since 2013 we've won up here. Not an easy place to play. That's a really good football team. You watch the tape of their offense and you know they're really good, but to see them in person and see the talent that they have, the tempo that they play with, that's a good football team. I thought our guys battled, they fought, we were decimated at certain positions, and it didn't matter. We just kept rolling guys through to find a way to get the win. And just really proud of the way they stuck together through the good times. There were some really good moments, and then some things got hairy. They didn't fall apart. They stayed together. They kept battling, played really good situational football, and just really proud of them.
Okay, questions? Kelly, stars.
Can you talk about Geoff's performance bouncing back from the 2 turnovers and then an amazing throw off his back foot there to Adonicus at the end of the game?
Jeff's a big time player. Obviously, we want to eliminate those early turnovers moving forward, but he's a big time player. Composure. The guys have faith in him, and he just did a really nice job settling back in. They were playing a lot of press coverage, bringing a lot of blitzes from a lot of angles. So hats off to them. They've got a good defense, a very multiple, aggressive defense. But I thought with the interchanging parts along the offensive line, the depth at receiver was decimated as well. But they just kept battling and finding a way. Hats off to Luke Arala, our strength staff, Ryan Horton, putting the plan together to keep our guys in a position that they can play these kind of games at a very high level. And for the way that we run the program, where everybody thinks of themselves as key contributors in the game and thinks of themselves as starters. When they get in moments and they've got to go in and play 80% of the game, they can do it. And we saw that today with Miles Brooks, and we saw today Jalen Huff got a ton of burn. Trace Willing played nickel, predominant part of the game when he hadn't before. Wesley Walker played strong safety, a predominant part of the game where he hadn't before. So just position flexibility, staying ready so you don't have to get ready. All of those things our guys buy into, they believe in it, and then you see in games like this, when we're down a whole bunch of O-linemen, a whole bunch of DBs, a whole bunch of receivers, and our guys just step up and win a game for us was awesome.
Ken?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, like, you make the passer down, like, there's a difference between 2 and 4 and 3 and 3. Can you kind of put that in a word and just how different it must feel to go into the break?
The only thing I care about, Ken, is we're 1-0 today. That's all I care about. That's all the only thing we're worried about. Coming up here and getting a win on the road, getting the bad taste out of our mouth from last week. Just really good. Proud of the guys. We went 1-0 today. The bye week could not come at a better time. Hopefully we'll get some guys healthy, recovered, and get a bunch of really good developmental work in this week. And have a good weekend and get ready to go on the road in ACC play in 2 weeks.
Michael?
Yeah, I guess pretty good perspective on that funnel at the end. What did you see there?
I had no idea. This is a blur. I just know that Wanya got a pick, and it was awesome. We won the game. He took a knee like he's supposed to, and brought me the ball. And that was a big-time play by a big-time player. The whole series of events just put a lot of faith in our players, put a lot of faith in our coaches. Did a great job keeping the team together, developing the depth that we need to go in there. And when just things and personnel, and we had some things, guys go down and guys step up and contribute and play at a high level. That doesn't just happen by accident. So hats off to our assistant coaches, hats off to our players, buying in, believing to how we do things, and you see it pay off today.
Kelly?
You held them to 4 field goals on 5 scoring drives, and that certainly came up big in the game. Can you talk about your defense just being able to get off the field in those key situations in the red zone?
And I know there was a lot of talk last week about not being successful in the red zone defensively, not being successful in 3rd and 4th downs defensively. They answered the call today, and that's just got to be our standard of how we do things in the red zone. On 3rd down and even on 4th down, they came up with some big stops, and just really proud of the guys we put in. We didn't know if they were going to fake that one because they had missed 1 or 2. to a field goal safety fence, caught him off guard, and he missed it. So just our guys handling new things that we throw at them. They were in a brand new kickoff formation that they hadn't really done, and we made adjustments on the sideline. Our guys picked it up, they handled it, and I just love those guys, man.
Anything else, Ken?
The last drive, the last touchdown drive, it was pretty aggressive. Like I'm sure there's a mindset of we can get a field goal extended or we can go higher.
We want to win the game. We want to win the game. We want to win the game. And even if they had called that an incomplete / pass interference, we were going to win the game on the next play. So that was the whole thought process of the entire drive. I think you saw a young quarterback step up in a huge moment today, trusting his players around him, trusting his offensive line, and making some big-time plays, understanding situational football. Kyron McGowan is a big-time player, caught the crossing route, had the presence of mind. We had no timeouts. He gets out of bounds. We get to regroup. Hats off to Pat Boyle. I talked about the book last week. Just the communication with him and me throughout the situations, throughout the day, was huge. And he's a dear friend. He's a dear assistant, and just the contribution that he made to help me today, help this team, was huge.
Go.
You guys practice 2-minute situations every day,
Yep.
and that's probably exactly how you'd like to execute it. Maybe not defensively, but getting the turnover and also Jeff's execution. Can you kind of just talk about getting to see that in a game?
So there were 2 situations we played today. Played 2-minute, and then we played 4-minute where we had to get the stop. And I thought our guys, because we were very aggressive, very aggressive in our 4-minute situation. And again, Pat Boyle advising me on the timeout usage, all of those things. This is jacked up. Is that better, Kelly?
Yeah.
But just a 4-minute situation, understanding that, getting a huge tackle for a loss, then forcing a holding call because we were so aggressive, banging the timeouts as we needed. It was a team effort by every assistant, every coach, every player. Just really proud.
Anything else? Kelly, why don't you wrap this up?
How much was the weather a factor? It was raining and probably not very warm on the field. And
So the biggest piece was the wind. We just kept having to measure the wind and making decisions on how we were punting based on the wind. I thought our punting team, excuse me, that was another piece of the game that got decimated with depth and guys just popping in and rolling in to contribute. But yeah, that's a big piece, and we practiced in it all week. You knew it was coming, and so we had to, make sure that we got reps in it so that it would not be an issue today.
Okay.